Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will discuss about the most important question on Hannah Arendt. In this video, we will discuss about the MCQs with the precise explanation. This video is very helpful for you. Hannah Arendt is the important topic for various competitive exams. So be with this video till the end. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my new videos. Which of the following famous phrases is coined by Hannah Arendt? Options are given to you. The correct option for this question is option B, the banality of evil. Let us know some important facts. The banality of evil is coined by Hannah Arendt after watching the 1961 trial of Nazi SS officer Adolf Eichmann. This spear phrase captures the idea that evil acts are not necessarily perpetrated by evil people. Instead, they can simply be the result of bureaucrats dutifully obeying orders. In which year the German biopic Hannah Arendt released in the US? Answer is 10 January 2013. Hannah Arendt is a 2012 biographical drama film directed by Margarete von Trotta and starring Barbara Sukova. Which of the following is not the Arendt's work? The Origin of Totalitarianism. This is Hannah Arendt's work. On violence, it is also Hannah Arendt's work. The human condition, it is also Hannah Arendt's work. The art of war is not Hannah Arendt's work. So the correct option for this question is option B, the art of war. The art of war is written by Niccolo Machiavelli. Rearrange these Hannah Arendt's work in a chronological order based on their publication. For solving these type of question, you must know about the year of publication of these books. The Life of the Mind, it was published in 1977. Between Past and Future, it was published in 1961. Crisis of the Republic, 1972. Essays in Understanding, 1930 to 1954. It was published in 2012. So the correct sequence of this question is B, then C, then A, then D. So the correct option for this question is option C. Which of Ardent's book were published posthumously? For solving this type of question also, you need to know about the year. The Promise of Politics, it was published in 1993. Lectures on Kant's Political Philosophy, it was published in 1982. The Jewish Writings, it was published in 2007. Eichmann in Jerusalem, a report on the banality of evil, it was published in 1963. Eichmann in Jerusalem, a report on the banality of evil is the correct option for this question. Hannah Arendt died on 4th December 1975. Hannah Arendt spent much of her childhood in Königsberg, Prussia, the birthplace of which famous philosopher? The correct option for this question is option B, Immanuel Kant. Let us know some important facts about this question. Arendt was strongly influenced by Kant. Her connection with Kant is also evident in her many allusions to Kant in her writings. One such example is her discussion of radical evil in The Origins of Totalitarianism and her book on Eichmann in Jerusalem. She wrote lectures on Kant's political philosophy, which was originally published in 1982. In which internment camp did Arendt survive? The correct option for this question is option D, Camps Gurs. Let us know some important facts about this question. First, we need to know about the internment camp. On 5th May 1940, in anticipation of the German invasion of France and the Low Countries, also called Benelux countries, coastal region of northwestern Europe, consisting of Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. That month, the military governor of Paris issued a proclamation ordering all enemy allies between 17 and 55 who had come from Germany to report separately for internment. The state of being confined as a prisoner, especially for political or military reasons. Arendt described the process of making refugees as the new type of human being created by contemporary history, put into concentration camps by their foes and into internment camps by their friends. The man, including Blücher, was one of the leaders of the war party in Prussia in 1805, was sent to Camp Warnet in southern France close to the Spanish border. Arendt and other women were sent to Camps Gurs. Now the question is, in which year did Arendt immigrate to the United States? The correct option for this question is option D, in 1941. Let us know some important facts about this question. In 1941, Hannah Arendt immigrated to the United States and soon became part of a lively intellectual circle in New York. The New York intellectuals were a group of American writers and literary critics based in New York City in the mid-20th century. A number of important essays of Hannah Arendt were also published during the 1960s and early 1970s. Which of the following statement is not correct about these essays? Options are: 4 collections of these essays were published. A first collection was entitled Between Past and Future. A second collection was The Man in Dark Times. A third collection was The Crisis of the Republic. The correct option for this question is option A. 4 collections of these essays were published. The correct answer for this question is 3 collections of these essays were published. Which of the following statement is correct about Hannah Arendt's last major work? Let us see the statement. Hannah Arendt's last major work was The Life of the Mind. This is correct. Hannah Arendt's last major work was on revolution. It is not correct. Hannah Arendt's last major work was published in 1978. It is also correct. Hannah Arendt's last major work was designed to be in 3 parts. It is also correct. So the correct option for this question is option B, A, C, D. Let us know some important facts about this question. The Life of the Mind was Arendt's last major work. It was designed to be in 3 parts. At the time of her death in 1975, she had completed the first 2 volumes on thinking and willing of her last major philosophical work. It was published posthumously in 1978. The third volume on judging was left unfinished, but some background material and lecture notes were published in 1982 under the title Lectures on Kant's Political Philosophy. What is one of the major themes of Arendt's political philosophy? The correct option for this question is option D, her theory of judgment. Let us know the 4 major themes of Arendt's political philosophy. Her conception of modernity, her theory of action, her theory of judgment, and her conception of citizenship. Match the following. For knowing about this type of question, we must know about the connection of Hannah Arendt with these things. University of Heidelberg. She studied in University of Heidelberg in 1929. Doctorate in philosophy. She completed her doctorate in philosophy with the subject Love and St. Augustine. University of Marburg. She worked under the direction of Martin Heidegger at University of Marburg. Secondary education. She completed her secondary education in Berlin. So the correct option for this question is option A. Let us know some important facts about this question for knowing about the Hannah Arendt's connections with these things. First, University of Heidelberg. Hannah Arendt received her doctoral degree in philosophy at University of Heidelberg in 1929. She obtained her doctorate in philosophy writing on love and St. Augustine under the direction of existentialist philosopher Karl Jaspers. Now University of Marburg. After completing her secondary education in Berlin, she studied at the University of Marburg under Martin Heidegger. She completed her secondary education in Berlin. At what age Hannah Arendt's family moved to Königsberg? The correct option for this question is option A, at the age of 3. Let us know some important facts about this question. Hannah Arendt was born in Linden, a district of Hanover district, city in Germany, in 1906 to a Jewish family. At the age of 3, her father moved to Königsberg, the capital of East Prussia, so that her father syphilis could be treated. What is syphilis? Syphilis is a sexually transmitted infection caused by a type of bacteria known as Treponema pallidum. Arendt's father, Paul Arendt, had contracted the disease in his youth and it was thought to be in remission when Arendt was born. At what age Hannah Arendt's father died? The correct option for this question is at the age of 7. Hannah Arendt's father died when she was 7. Arendt was raised in a politically progressive secular family. Her mother was an ardent supporter of the Social Democrats. Which of the following essays is not the part of Hannah Arendt's third anthology, Crisis of the Republic? The correct option for this question is Thoughts on Politics and Religion. Let us know some important facts about this question. Hannah Arendt's third anthology, Crisis of the Republic, was consisted of 4 essays. First, we need to know about the meaning of anthologies. Anthologies is a published collection of poems or other pieces of writing. It is consisted of 4 essays, namely Lying in Politics, then Civil Disobedience, then On Violence, then Thoughts on Politics and Revolution. These related essays deal with contemporary American politics and the crisis it faced in the 1960s and 1970s. Which of Hannah Arendt's essay is related to Vietnam War? The correct option for this question is option A, Lying in Politics. Lying in Politics looks for an explanation behind the administration's deception regarding the Vietnam War, as revealed in the Pentagon Papers. The Pentagon Paper was the name given to a top secret Department of Defense study of US political and military involvement in Vietnam. Now again match the following. This match of the following is related to Hannah Arendt's work. For solving this type of question, we must know about Hannah Arendt's work precisely. Let us see one by one. The unfinished third part, it is related to the life of the mind. The Jew as Pariah is the collection of 15 essays and letters. The Jewish Writings, it was published in 2007. Formation, Exile and Totalitarianism, it was published in 1994. So the correct option for this question is option B. Let us see some important facts about this question. The Life of the Mind was the final work of Hannah Arendt and was unfinished at the time of her death. Designed to be in 3 parts, only the first 2 had been completed. The Jew as Pariah, Jewish Identity and Politics in the Modern Age is a collection of 15 essays and letters from the period 1943 to 1966 on the situation of Jews in modern times. The Jewish Writing is published in 2007. Formation, Exile and Totalitarianism was published in 1994. Which of the following statements is correct about Hannah Arendt's literary works? Let us see the statement one by one. Essays in Understanding, 1930 to 1954, Formation, Exile and Totalitarianism, is the collection of 40 largely fugitive essays, addresses and reviews. Essays in Understanding, 1930 to 1954, preceded Arendt's monumental works. Thinking Without a Banister, Essays in Understanding, 1953 to 1975, is the collection of Arendt's remaining essays. All the above. The correct option for this question is option D, all the above, because all the statements are correct. Let us see the important facts. The collection of 40 largely fugitive essays, addresses and reviews entitled Essays in Understanding 1930-1954, Formation, Exile and Totalitarianism. It was published in 1994. It preceded her monumental The Origins of Totalitarianism, in particular on the nature of totalitarianism, 1953, and the concern with politics in contemporary European philosophical thought, 1954. The remaining essays were published as Thinking Without a Banister, Essays in Understanding, 1953-1975. It was published in 2018. In which year Hannah Arendt's notebooks, which form a series of memoirs, were published? The correct option for this question is option A, in 2002. Hannah Arendt's notebook, which form a series of memoirs, were published as Dink Tagebuch in 2002. Now the question is, Arendt settled in New York City and did many activities. Rearrange her activities in a chronological order. For solving this type of question, we must know about the year precisely. Let us see the activities one by one. Became Executive Director of Jewish Cultural Reconstruction, 1949 to 52. Took charge as Chief Editor of Skoken Books, 1946 to 1948. Became Research Director of the Conference on Jewish Relations, 1944 to 1946. Taught at University of Chicago, 1963 to 1967. So the correct answer for this question is option B. Let us know some important facts about this question. Hannah Arendt settled in New York City in 1941. Became Research Director of the Conference on Jewish Relations in 1944. Held the post till 1946. Took charge as Chief Editor of Skoken Books in 1946. Retained the post till 1948. Executive Director of Jewish Cultural Reconstruction. Took the charge in 1949 and retained the post up to 1952, which sought to salvage Jewish writings dispersed by the Nazis. She taught at the University of Chicago from 1963 to 1967. Thereafter at the New School for Social Research in New York City. When was Hannah Arendt naturalized as an American citizen? The correct option for this question is option C, in 1951. Who edited Hannah Arendt's unfinished manuscript, The Life of the Mind? The correct option for this question is option D, Mary McCarthy. Hannah Arendt's unfinished manuscript, The Life of the Mind, was edited by her friend and correspondent Mary McCarthy and published in 1978. From whom Hannah Arendt's writing draw inspiration? Let us see one by one. Kant. From Kant also she got inspiration. Nietzsche also correct. Jasper also correct. So the correct option for this question is all the above. Hannah Arendt's writing draw inspiration from Heidegger, Aristotle, Augustine, Kant, Nietzsche, Jaspers and others. In which work Hannah Arendt gave the idea of vita activa? The correct option is option B, The Human Condition. The Human Condition, published in 1958, was a wide-ranging and systematic treatment of what Arendt called the vita activa, Latin active life. In The Human Condition, Hannah Arendt argues for a tripartite division between the human activities. Which of the following is not among them? The correct option is option C, potential is not among them. She arranges these activities, the vita activa, labor, work and action, in an ascending hierarchy of importance and identifies the overturning of this hierarchy as central to the eclipse of political freedom and responsibility which for her has come to characterize the modern age. Please like, share and subscribe.